Well, this is my thesis, and these questions are part of my interview questions on my thesis, and the topic is social media, a platform for human rights in Africa. So I'll be asking about 10 questions here, and you just give me your opinion. And I'm talking with Dr. Wale Adepoju. He's a pastor and a lecturer in American University, Yola in Nigeria. And he's also a human activist, so he'll be talking and telling me more about human rights in Africa. So welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's a privilege.
It's a pleasure.
Honor to have you interviewed. Okay. I'll start with the first question here. It says, what social media do you use?
Well, I use Facebook, but I think I'm more of a fan of Twitter more than anyone.
But you use Facebook?
I do.
Okay. So, and you use it often than Twitter, I guess?
No, not really.
Okay. But you're a fan of Twitter?
That's right.
Okay. Okay. And what social your friends use? Your close ones?
Yeah, I know they use WhatsApp. They use Facebook. Most people nowadays use Facebook, I must admit to you.
Okay.
And maybe Instagram, some of them.
Okay. Which of them do they normally communicate with you?
I would think it's more often I will communicate on Twitter, but there are other ones as well which are not really very popular around here.
Okay. Do you know what they mainly use it for?
It's for disseminating information, essentially. That's why Twitter is fairly versatile among my group of people. It's just to pass information, like you receive some and you want your contacts to get it quickly, and and that's what Twitter is good at doing. To seek your opinion as well.
Okay. Okay. So, the next question says, are you aware of examples where the use of social media is beneficial? And so you can give details. Examples where social media is beneficial.
Recently in Nigeria there was an election that was very keenly fought, and I tell you the role the social media played in that election was commendable, because most of the atrocities that could have been propagated along the line were not propagated because of.
So you said most of
atrocities people could have engaged in.
Yeah. Okay.
Were not essentially because of the usage of the social media. Like the number of people in a certain polling booth were known straight away, because guys were there with information posted on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, and everything. So most of in the past, there will have been room for cheating, and that was not possible in this case because of the generous usage of the social media.
So, in other words, it's like is putting people on check.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So, that's good. So, how do you think these examples can become the basis for general principles to empower people?
Well, in as much as it's not abused, it's I think it's one of the advantage of the proliferation of social media. To be honest, the world is getting to become a global village now, and it's good also that information go around and quickly too. So, in as much as the bandwidth is okay to accommodate the usage, and people, because there are tendencies for people to misuse this thing or abuse them. So, if they are not abused, for instance, people turning them to pornographic work center, if all those things can be handled, I think the usage of social media in their various forms should be encouraged.
Okay. If not being used for a negative thing.
That's right.
So it can empower people.
Yes, can empower people
positively, like.
Yeah, like
can you give example how it can empower?
They say knowledge is power.
Yeah.
If you are looking for a detail of a politician, for instance, and you can send a message to him, and within a minute you get it back. Okay. I think that's an empowerment, and which is commendable.
Okay, empowering people to dig deeper.
Yes. To
informations that wouldn't have been easily available.
That's right.
Okay.
For instance, with Twitter, you can get a handle of anybody and send a message to such person, and within a few seconds you get it back. You know, especially with the smartphones, with iPads and all these things now, communication is easy. Yeah. Combine them with social communication, and the world is getting smaller, actually.
Okay. Easy access to information.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you agree that people embrace social media more than the traditional media, radio, TV?
Well, it depends on the age group, to be honest. I see the youth, like people in their teens, who embrace it more than that, because they are always on their phones, you know, chatting, you know, and stuff. Then it depends on the age group, and so there won't be a yes or no to that. Okay. But I suppose some people are still not very comfortable with the usage of social media. They still get information from TV and radio. So it depends.
So you're indirectly saying it could be, you can't say yes, you can't say no, because it's not balanced. For the youths, they are more comfortable with social media than the
so-called
older generation.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. To what extent do you agree that social media has given a voice to human rights in Africa? And we have choose. They say agree, strongly agree, neither agree or disagree. Then this is disagree.
Well, I'm not an expert on Africa, to be honest, but you know, talking specific about what happened in Nigeria recently, like the Boko Haram captured a number of girls from their school and you know, put them under incarceration for so long, which was, you know, made known to the world at large by the by the social
media.
as well as also the human rights activists. So the combination of both the activists and the social media really brought it to the limelight, in which everybody in the world were now clamoring for a solution, which I believe also helped the government to put up their acts quickly and did something.
Okay, ginger them to action.
That's right.
Thank you. Okay. So, has social media enhanced global attention, especially in Africa?
The answer is yes.
Okay. So, how can you explain the impact of social media on humanity?
Well, we are transforming. The humanity is changing from where we are to where only God knows where we are going. But things are becoming faster now. The proliferation of smart devices is also helping to move humanity from position of lack of information to where information is available at the click of a button. So social media has also played a great role in that regard, and I believe it's a good development, spearheaded by all the social media inventors, Google and all of them. And I believe it's a positive step forward.
Okay, because knowledge is power.
Because knowledge is power, yes.
Thank you. And lastly, how will you rate the use of social media in Africa? Good, fairly good, very good, excellent?
I would say very good. I say most parts of Africa now they are still struggling with bandwidth. That is, their internet connectivity is not as fast as it is in the developed world, but I believe they are getting there gradually.
Okay.
Yeah. And the wide acceptability of social media is also a positive contribution to it.
Okay. That's all. Thank you, sir.
I wish you all the best in your thesis. God bless you.